Chapter 1. Chapter Endings. Anticipation is an emotion you want to induce in the reader, or a Rosalind. Before we can discuss book endings, we need to first take a look at chapter endings. Chapter endings in fiction are links and doorways and connection points, looking both backward and forward. They are transitions between what has previously happened and what is about to go down. The end of a chapter, last scene, last paragraph, last sentence, brings closure to one chapter, but at the same time needs to lead readers and characters to the next story event. An ending that doesn't satisfy at least a few of the chapter events hasn't done all that it should. Also, the chapter ending that doesn't draw the audience deeper into the story, fill them with anticipation or hope for what's ahead, hasn't done its job correctly. Chapter endings that do neither fail entirely. So how does a writer write successful chapter endings? To answer this question, we must first recognize what chapter endings should accomplish in particular. The purpose of most endings will be similar, except, of course, the first and last chapters. They will address and resolve or deepen the story problems introduced in that chapter and/or earlier chapters. There may be a few unresolved problems, but there will be some closure. In addition, a new event or plot twist will heighten the tension and raise the interest level of readers. Answers will be provided sparingly, but those answers might be what drives both character and reader into the next chapter. Please be aware that not every chapter ending will have the same degree of closure as the others. This is more than okay. You'll want a variety in many of the elements of your writing journey. In general, endings should somehow reflect what has previously happened. Even if it means reflecting on a character or event, or even repeat a word or phrase that will connect story elements. In other words, you'll tie together previous scenes so that events and characters can relate. A remarkable chapter ending doesn't ignore what has come before and what comes after. This is where chapter ending hooks come into play. Hooks give readers a reason to keep turning pages because they have something to look forward to. Don't let your audience easily put down your book. Instead, make them addicted to the story like an impossible-to-resist temptation. As of now, here are questions to consider. What does a well-written chapter ending do, and what is its purpose? What shouldn't a chapter ending do? What should a hook accomplish? Chapter endings should introduce or raise tension and/or conflict. Can end with dialogue or with action. Should contain something new or surprising. Can introduce new problems. Can reveal something new about a character's personality or his reasons for being involved in whatever issue has a toll on him or her. Introduces new characters, new aspects of old characters, new events, and uncovers secrets. Should never end with a character yawning and going to bed, especially after a major event. Otherwise, readers will join that character and go to sleep themselves. While the end of most chapters have similar purposes, both Chapter 1 and your last chapter have further purposes. Chapter 1. A respectable ending for this chapter will promise answers to story questions asked in the chapter. The end of Chapter 1 should show your main character or your antagonist dealing with the revelations first introduced in the beginning. Or it might have a new problem, ready to take control of your character's life. The reader needs an idea of what the book will be about by the end of Chapter 1, whether we're talking plot, tone, or emotional impact. It should make promises to the reader that Chapters 2, 3, 4, etc. will need to accomplish. Convince readers that they made the right choice in picking up your book. Make their choice to purchase and read your story worthwhile. Don't give them a reason to put the book down. A reader still at the beginning hasn't invested a lot in terms of emotion, thoughts on what's been going on, and most importantly, time. Give them several reasons to invest their lives in your world. Aura's tip: give both the readers and characters motivation to get involved in your crafted plot. make the end of chapter 1 as alluring as the opening lines.